things.
That's right. We are joined by Dr. Katie Heinrich with the Silver Spring Animal Wellness Center, and Coco is a Leonberger, right?
We've been calling her a St. Bernard.
Yep, St. Bernard Pyrenees Newfoundland mix, and maybe a little part horse in there.
A little pony in there, yep.
Yes.
So the question regarding Coco is ticks. This is a furry beast. After a romp in the woods, I'm sure she comes home with all manner of stuff on her.
Yeah, and the problem is even in dogs that are short-haired, obviously this dog you'd have trouble finding any tick on her, but even short-haired dogs, that's okay, babe. Short-haired dogs, the deer ticks, which are the type of tick that transmits Lyme disease, which is one of the most worrisome aspects of having a tick bite your dog, are so tiny that you can't typically find them even on short-haired dogs. So probably the easiest method to control ticks in Wisconsin is to use a topical, like something like Frontline Plus, which you put on their skin. It's a little bit of liquid you put on their skin, and it spreads through the oil glands in their skin, and it stays on there for a month. And they can still swim, you can still bathe them, and their oil just replenishes that. And so you just have to reapply that once a month. And if you want, and that gives fairly great tick protection. If you want to be 100% safe, then you combine that with a collar, a tick collar, which is different than a flea collar. But a tick collar has a chemical called amitraz, which is extremely effective at repelling and preventing tick bites. So.
Okay. And we've been joking a little bit about how huge Coco is, but actually, really large dogs, they have some hip problems sometimes as well.
They very often do, yeah. Large dogs are prone to a genetic disease called hip dysplasia, and so basically what happens is their hip joint is too loose. The head of the femur does not fit snugly into the socket of the hip joint, and there's excess movement in that joint, which basically wears down cartilage and causes arthritis over time. So if you're shopping for a large breed dog as a puppy, or if you're looking for a purebred, you want to make sure that the parents have been screened to try to prevent that genetic transmission, so you try to get a clean puppy. However, even dogs that appear to not have hip dysplasia can carry the gene, so it's not 100%. So there's always a risk with that with large breed dogs.
Coco saying hello to everybody at home.
Worried.
It's very exciting. Lots
yes,
of bright lights.
She's doing great.
Yeah. Got a question for our expert?
Yeah, you can email them at asktheexpert@today'stmj4.com. You can also leave a voicemail. The number is 967-5253.